nice to get a win, and it's got to be a lot of fun to start the game the way you guys did with Nunez tonight.
Yeah, it's an uncommon play to the game, and those things usually are exciting, especially when you can begin a ball game like that. He saw the guy going back. He had to deal with the overhang, and the sun was still probably a little bit of a factor, and ricocheted in the corner. And thankfully, one of our fast guys hit it. So it was exciting. But it was a good game overall. We got a lot of good innings out of our bullpen, and a lot of guys had good nights with the bats. It was good to see Max hit a couple of big hits, those with the homer. Grossman keeps finding ways to get hits. There was a lot of contributions from a lot of people.
Long homestand. Every guy got a hit tonight. Can that be contagious as you get going here?
Well, we've talked about that a lot in the first couple of months of hopefully trying to find something that propels us in a little more consistent fashion. I think the guys are aware that we do have a favorable schedule here in June, but first time we've had, I think, a 10-game homestand. And so, we just got to keep playing. And I'd like to think that might happen, trying to stay positive about circumstances. And, you got to start with the first one. Tonight was a good win.
What'd you see from Phil Hughes?
Spot start. Still having a little trouble with that curveball as far as command. Either, he gets it down below the zone where they take it, or when he leaves it up, they hit it. And, once we, kind of back and forth early, gave up the home run, I had someone ready just in case, so we could make a change there and go forward. Going to look at the schedule and how things shape up, as far as what we're going to do rotation-wise with the off day. We have some options coming up next week.
Was Phil on any sort of pitch count, or was his night just over at that point?
It wasn't about pitch count. Just kind of watching the game and how it was going. And I knew going back out there for that inning, I was keeping a close eye on him the inning prior and got someone up to start the innings just in case things didn't go well. And, it was fast. They got the base hit through the left side and then the home run. So, I just decided to make a change.
Nice to see the Rogers show you again this time. Maybe so efficient.
He's, I think he's getting a little more comfortable. It's a long process making a transition. His primary work as a starter through most of his career, and all of a sudden gets up here and he has to relieve. So I'm sure he's trying to establish a routine. His fastball's place, and he's got the breaking ball to the lefties. We saw him use it, get a couple strikeouts, and he's throwing it over. And he's mixing it up enough. So, so far, so good. There's been a couple little small hiccups, but for the most part, I think he's gaining confidence.
Nice to see the bottom line kind of contribute there. Park with the 3 hits and Kepler with his first 2 RBIs.
Park's been working hard. I really thought in Oakland he was getting closer. He fouled some pitches off, but the swings were better. And, we talk about it. He works hard. He knows his swing. He's trying to make adjustments to get him a little more consistent over here. And there's nothing like getting feedback with a 3-hit night. So that was good. Kurt did a nice job. And Buxton got a run in, got a hit-and-run single. So he's just 3 games, but, he's holding his own.
Is this about as good as the bullpen's been for a whole game, just considering where they started?
We've had times when some of the guys have been pitching well. We're trying to find an order, trying to set up games where we have a chance to win. Kinsler's been doing a really nice job, and we know Abad's had a really good season. Presley seems to, he was good at times early, but now the last few outings he's been getting back on track, throwing more strikes with all his pitches. So there's some positives.